Hello and welcome to Learn Icelandic. Today I will be going over the Icelandic alphabet or Íslenska Stafrófið and showing you also how we say the letters. So this is our alphabet and I know you're seeing some letters that you've never seen before or that you don't know how to pronounce, but that's okay as I will go over that and hopefully that will help you to learn how to pronounce our letters. This is A, and we say A like in Adam or in America. A. This is Á, and it's like when you hurt yourself and you say ow, or when you think something's really cool and you say wow. That's ow, wow, ow. This is B, and I've written down how you say it, how you say the actual letter B. It's B, but when B is in a word, it's just like in English, like bake or beer. This is D, and again I've written down how you say the letter D, but in a word, it's just like in English, like dance, but in Icelandic that's dansa. So the D sounds the same as in English. So this is an Icelandic letter called eð, and the best way to describe it in English, it's a thicker kind of an ear sound, and it's like the th sound in the and they. And for example, to say bath in Icelandic, it's bath. This is e, and we don't say e like in English, we say e. So in a word, it would be like plural men or plural women. That's how we say e in Icelandic, men. This is yeah, and we say it like yeah. And I can't think of another better English word to describe yeah. It's just like yeah. That's how it sounds. And for an example, the word ég, that's je and g together, so ég, that means me, and that's how it sounds. Next is F, and we say it the way that it's said in English as well, like in food, or fountain, or for. This is G, and we say it just like in English, like you would say a girl. G, a girl. Next is how, and it is said the same way as in English, like he, but for an example in Icelandic we say hún, which means she. But if H and V are together, then there comes a K sound, like hvað, it means what. Hvað, it sounds like a K, so that's the only time where H becomes a different sound. Before we continue, there are kids playing outside in the neighborhood, so if you hear any screaming, that's the kids playing, so no worries. But next we have e, and we say it like in, like in English, in, inside. This is e, and it's said like the letter E in English, so like in me, e, me. This is jóð, and it's more like Y in English, like in when you say you, that's how we say jóð in Icelandic, you. Cow is said in the same way as in English, like in okay. This is ell, and I think this will be the hardest letter that you will learn in Icelandic. When we say the letter ell, we say e and then ell, the sound, and that's to achieve that you have to put your tongue right behind your upper teeth and say D and L or T and L, that sound without removing the tongue from the area behind the teeth. So and the tongue kind of clicks. That's the only like clicking sound that we have in Icelandic. But give yourself time for this letter. It's a really hard letter, and there are many Icelanders, especially kids, Icelandic kids, that struggle with this sound and I struggled with it, and I got it right when I was maybe 10 years old, so it takes time to learn it. So I guess when we break it down, we basically have 3 L's in Icelandic. Just like English will probably also have 2 L's, but so the first L, that word only has 1 L, and that's a soft L, like gluggi, that means window, or lauf, that means leaf, like leaf from a tree, but it's kind of like love in English, and leaf, so it's that soft L. Then the first 2 L's, like in the name Kalli, that's like in English as well. That's like the name Molly, or like we're going to the mall. That's the kind of 2 L sound, but it's not as common in Icelandic as the second 2 L sound, which is the harder sound, and that's like jökull. It means glacier, and it's also a name for a man. So I guess these are the 3 L sounds in Icelandic. Then we have M, and that's the same in English. It's like mamma. It means mom, like you say mama, but mamma is M-A-M-M-A, so it's a little harder M in the middle, mamma. Then we have N, and it's said like in English, like nótt. That means night in Icelandic. O is also like in English. It's like when you say olive or more. This is O, and it's like when you say no, or when you didn't know anything and you say oh. P is just like in English. It's like in pool. R. Re-roll the R's in Icelandic, so you need to be able to do the R. Like the flower rose, we say rose. S is just like in English. It's like in the name Sandra. T is also like in English, like in tea or computer. U is said like in skjöld, like you should, or mu. U is like 2 O's together in English, like school, or that's cool. Vav is just like in English, like in wait or love. X is also just like in English, like in flex. This is y, and there's no difference in pronunciation between y and e, or y and I in Icelandic. The only reason why we use it, basically, is because of grammar. And it's the same case for y. There's no difference between e and e. This is thought, and it's like a th sound in English, but it's a lighter th sound. It's not like eth. Thought is like in thor, or roses have thorns, so it's that kind of th sound. This is I, and as you can see, it's a and e together, and it sounds like the letter I in English. So just like in mind, it's the same sound, I. This is and I don't think that English has the correct sound of it. They have similar sounds, like in surf, but it's not the same. It's and that was the last letter in the Icelandic alphabet, I hope I was able to help you a little bit with learning the sounds of Icelandic and the Icelandic alphabet. And I really hope that you will stick around and look at the next video when that comes. So thank you very much.